CNN may have actually violated a federal law, Title 18, Section 241, in relation to the First Amendment. If two or more persons conspire to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate any person in any state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district in the free exercise or enjoyment of any right or privilege secured to him by the Constitution or laws of the United States, or because of his having so exercised the same, they shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years, or both. And if death results from the acts, or kidnapping or attempt to kidnap, or sexual abuse or aggravated sexual abuse, or attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse, they shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for any term of years, or for life, or both, and may be sentenced to death. So people like Andrew Kaczynski and Brian Seltzer, who both openly tried to track this kid down, or this alleged kid, not only may they face 10 years in prison and a huge fine, but if something happens to the kid, or alleged kid, then they could potentially be facing the death penalty. They also may have broke New York state law, violating Section 135.60 of New York Criminal Code coercion, specifically number 1, number 5, and number 9. And somebody was nice enough to compile a short list of all of the advertisers associated with CNN, in case somebody was interested in that sort of thing. The person who contacted the 15-year-old, or alleged 15-year-old, Andrew Kaczynski, tweeted out, "Han Asshole Solo posted his apology before we ever spoke to him. He called us afterwards to apologize further." Which, it would seem weird for a 15-year-old kid to have access to contacting CNN. "Before you spoke to him, or before you reached out to him?" Kathy Young asked. "After I emailed, asking only to speak with him. So they did reach out to him. So it seems reasonable to say that his apology was prompted by fear of exposure." Donnie O'Sullivan tweeted out, "This is great reporting by K-File. Horrible, racist keyboard warriors. Change tune once identified. I tracked down a guy who was trolling me recently. Once he realized I had identified him, he apologized, and asked me not to tie all of the anti-Semitic, racist, and sexist posts he had shared back to him." The folks over at 4chan, over on Poll, had released the email address, the physical address, the phone numbers, and the Twitter of Wolf Blitzer, Daniel Patrick Merica, David Chilane, Don Lemon, Brian Steltzer, and Eric W. Erickson. In Spartacus-styled solidarity, everyone across Twitter and other forms of social media are making memes. Tons of memes. Violent memes. Ones that might even arguably condone violence against CNN. I think most people have finally had it with their double standards, their lies through omission, and every other dishonest thing that they've done recently. Remember when they staged a protest and then covered it like it was a genuine story just not too long ago? These snake oil journalists have been lying to everybody and pushing a false narrative for so many years that not too many people are going to put up with it anymore, especially with the blackmail aspect of this whole thing, and their story doesn't add up. So at this point, and you bet your ass that tomorrow we're going to hear all about how freedom of speech is under attack, how the freedom of the press is in question, and journalists are being approached with hatred and vitriol and an atmosphere that encourages violence against them. Well, first of all, they aren't journalists. They're propagandists. As I mentioned before, they're snake oil journalists. Glorified vloggers. I mean, hell, I'm not trying to give myself too much credit, but the bar seems pretty low that I think I can make this statement. I think I have more journalistic integrity than they do. Like, even Brian Seltzer, a popular CNN contributor, asked openly on his Twitter for help locating the man who made this nefarious, infamous meme. The very thought of CNN pretending to be the last bastion of free speech is comical, to say the least, and I don't think anyone is really going to debate that their ethics have been in question for a long time. But think about all of the recent releases and exposures that CNN has faced. Back with the London attack, when they staged that protest in order to make it look like they had a protest in solidarity of other Muslims, when in fact they brought those people there, they handed them the sign, and someone was there that was able to expose it and record it and let everybody know. And then later on, James O'Keefe's series of videos that, to a rational mind, conveyed the idea that CNN is completely and utterly not only full of shit, but completely unethical. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end the video there, so let me know what you guys think about all of this bullshit in the comment section below. I'm trying to get a hold of Han Asshole Solo for possibly an interview, maybe? I think I found him on Twitter. So if I can make that happen, I will definitely upload it here on YouTube. So yeah, I'll see you all later.